Okay, so I'm going to be going over SOVA from the Valorant beta today and showing off all of his abilities and what he can do. I'm in a closed beta right now. In the beta right now, he is one of the 5 characters that you automatically unlock when you play the game, so you don't need to do any challenges or you don't need to level up to unlock the character. So he's free at the beginning. So his abilities. We have the Recon Bot here, which is... So my E, this is my signature ability. It is passive, so you don't need to buy it, so you automatically get it for free every time the round starts. It recharges every 35 seconds. I'll show you what it does now. So you press mouse 1 to charge it back. The longer you hold it down for, the further the arrow will fire. So I have it at full charge right now, so it can fire all the way down there. And as you can see, it has a set range to it. So every time I use it, as you can see down there, it says 35 seconds at the start, and you have to wait for those 35 seconds until you can use the Recon Bot again. So what the Recon Bot does is sends out a spherical beam of light, as you can see, in all directions. It scans the whole area of the room, literally scans everything and sticks to the walls and goes around it. It doesn't go through walls. It sticks to the walls. Okay, so if I have some bots in this bomb site right here in front of me, I can just send the dart in. I'll show you what the right click does in a second, but I can send the dart in, or I can cancel it using E. So I can cancel it using E, or if I switch to another weapon. If you have a keybind to switch it to another weapon, you can cancel it. So if I press E and I switch to my pistol, I can cancel the actual action. So if I send it in the bomb site right now, I'll show you what it does.
Found them.
So it scans people if they are in the line of sight of the bolt 3 times, and which means you can see them through walls. So it shows like a little red outline of the person. Yeah, now I know where they are. They were both there, so I can shoot them. Okay, so the secondary function of this is pretty cool. So you can add 2 bouncers onto it, and it has a nice sound indicator as well, and a visual indicator on the right hand side of your screen, where you can see the little bow moving outwards, these little things indicating how many bounces it has. So if I add 1 bounce, it's pretty self-explanatory. I can add 1 bounce and it will bounce it, and it will activate and stick onto any wall, so it won't stick on. So this is without bounces, it will just stick on. And if I have it with bounces, with 1 bounce, it will bounce off and stick off to another wall. I can add 2 bouncers to do more intricate stuff, so let me try to do this. That's what I wanted to do, but as you can see, it bounced there and up there and stuck onto that wall. This is useful for when you don't want to expose yourself and you want to get intel on people for your team and when you go into a bomb site. So let me bounce this into the site and see if I can see anyone. So I see 2 people here. Yep. As of my knowledge right now, I don't think this does damage to people if you hit them straight on with the bolt. But this does segue us into our next ability, which is the Q ability. So if I buy this, it costs 100 credits each, as you saw there. This ability is the one in the middle right now. It's called Shock Bolt, and you can read it right there on the right hand side if you pause the video. So what this does is an explosive bolt, basically an electric bolt, which creates a spherical explosion type thing, which does damage to any enemy close to it. So if I shoot this at my feet right now, the most amount of damage I can see that it does, I've tested this multiple times. So if I do this, it's either 30/29, it's around that number, so it does about 30. So if you hit the target straight on, it does 30 damage. This is useful in combination with your actual Recon Bolt if you want to get info on people and you want to kill them around corners. So you can use that, kill him. And if I want to bounce around the corner, so if I see where he is, if I want to bounce around the corner, that didn't hit him, but you understand the idea. You can bounce around corners when you have the info on people and you can kill them. The final normal ability that you can buy in the shop we have here is an owl drone, which is costing about 300. So let me use the owl drone right here. It's on my wrist and I can deploy it. It has a set timer and it's like a drone that you can just drone your team in, and you can see if there's any bots anywhere or any enemies. It can also be shot at the air, so it's very fragile, so it's very disposable. Let's say you only use it when you want to actually push somewhere. Something else the owl drone has is a bolt that you can fire. So if I fire the bolt, it fires where this little crosshair is, and it shows where the people are through walls. It shows where people are through walls like your Recon Bot does. It's very finicky to move. And yeah, as you can see, the dart fires not in the center where the thing is. It's like where my mouse is moving right now. It only has one dart, but it recharges, as you can see on the side. If I fire it on the right hand side, you can see that little electrical symbol charging. So I believe the maximum amount of darts you can fire and the timer that's given is about 2. I'm gonna give you some more gameplay of me using it right here on the bots. So there's 2 normally here. So if I fire at that, targets hit. So 3 times like the Recon Bolt, and even if they're moving, it shows them for like a screenshot of a second. So the final ability is your ultimate. This is what it looks like. So here you can see the visuals. So what it does, it passes through any wall. So it can pass through 2 walls, it can pass through the whole bloody map if you want. So it shows people through walls, and it slows them down, and it can do damage onto them, so you can kill people from far distances away. So how you get your ultimate is, you get these little ultimate points. So this one has about 7 on it. How you get your ultimates are getting a kill or a death, or planting the spike or defusing the spike, or you find these little orbs on the map which you can collect, which add to your ultimate. So what this ultimate is another bow thing, but it's got a timer at the start, and it fires like a large beam or an arrow through the map. The maximum amount of bolts you can fire is 3. So when you jump with your ultimate, you hover in midair, so you can literally, it's kind of weird because you jump and you use ultimate and you glide up a bit. Let me use this right now. I'm jumping normally, jumping and using it. I glide up, and you can like fling yourself backwards a bit. That's not useful right now. That's all his abilities. I couldn't show the final ability in full in this mode right now because I'm on my own. Tried to put some gameplay in at the end of me using SOVA's ability. See you lot in the next video, and I'm going to be going over every single character this coming week.